Welcome to the Coalesce podcast. My name's Grant.
And I'm Meg.
And we are going to upgrade Coalesce. We've started with a little older version, and so we want to go ahead and run that all the way up. I don't know that we're going to have to actually change much code. It's really just getting the right packages. And there's really two parts to this. We have to go in and change both the back end and the front end. And so there's two different sets of packages. One is a set of NuGet packages, and one is a set of NPM packages, sets of NPM packages. So let's go ahead, and you want to do the front end first. So we'll look at our package.json.
Yeah, so you can see there's 3 spots you want to change the Coalesce version. So you have your Coalesce view, your Coalesce view Viewify, and then over in the C# there's a NuGet package. So you can kind of tell how old this Coalesce version is because this is actually a date here. So this was, let's see if I can read this. So 2023, December 21st is from when this is.
And if you're seeing an alpha version here now, our alpha versions are really like, we're making changes to this pretty often. And so, but in general, we're going to talk about this person named Andrew, and he will actually be on this podcast at some point in time. He's kind of our main maintainer. I was the one who originally wrote version 1, and he's kind of taken it from version 1 and made it, I guess we're going to go to version 5 today.
Yeah.
So anyway, just know that the alpha versions are usually very stable. You may end up with a little weirdness, but we try to make those pretty good. So, and we do pretty much semantic versioning. So you're going to see when we do a major rev, there's going to be more breaking changes. If there's small changes, you're not going to see much. So we try to do a good job of that as much as we can. We were going to stay with the .NET versions, but we got left in the dust because they're releasing every year. We just didn't have breaking changes every year. So
yeah.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and so let's go get those new numbers. So if you just Google IntelliTech Coalesce, that's going to get you to a screen like this. It's either going to get you to GitHub or it's going to get you here. If you get here and you need to go to GitHub, just click in the upper right-hand corner.
Just like that.
Take you over here. This is the repo, open source repo. You can check out how all the internals work. Scroll to the bottom, and you're going to see the releases here. So we're going to be, if you grab the one on the right-hand side, that's going to be your NPM packages. You can see there, and you can just grab that little number right there. That's going to be your most current version.
You can see this was from 2024, August 6th.
Yeah, so you can see what they were doing this on. We're on
Just
August 8th, 2024. So yeah, so this is pretty fresh stuff. Paste that in there.
And you can also use NPM commands to update these.
So yeah, if you wanted to do that.
It's absolutely faster this way. And like I said, these are all the same numbers, but if you wanted the NuGet version, that's also back on the Coalesce page. So under here, under Coalesce, not Coalesce JSON, under directory.build props, there's a Coalesce version.
So this is going to make it so that all of them change at the same time. Remember, you're actually using the Coalesce libraries and NuGet packages in multiple projects.
Yep, it's your data project and your web project, and it could even be in your test project if you needed it.
Right. So by changing this one spot, this is going to give us the ability to see those across the board.
Yep.
So we encourage you not to update these using the NuGet package manager. Now you can totally do that, but it's going to get out of sync, and then you can't update them. You'll have to kind of update them in all your projects. This gives you a nice, easy way to do that.
Yep.
So let's go. So we got to remember though, you have to go back to the front end and run an NPM. Like an NPM CI.
Yes, you do have to run an NPM CI. So that's the downside of pasting them in, is it's very easy to forget that. Whereas if you do it the other way, you usually end up doing that too. So in here, just do NPM I or CI, but I've already got my package locked, so you can just do an I.
Then I'm just going to pull down the new packages. And actually, while this is happening, the NuGet stuff, that will just happen when we start up. It's going to automatically do a package store.
So we've done that. And now we also have to run .NET Coalesce because something could change from one version to another, and we might have to regen some of our middle generated files. So let's come over to our terminal and not NPM, .NET Coalesce.
Well, we actually could have run that from the window down below there too.
We could have. This is a strong habit of mine to open this window. There we go. So you can see something has changed between the versions, and it just needed to go.
And the way Coalesce works is it actually generates all your files, and then it will tell you which files are different, and it only replaces the ones that change.
Yep.
So that way you know, hey, and it did some different generation. There were some improvements, probably, maybe some slight feature changes that are going to happen. And if you want to go through the notes and things like that. Now the question is now that this is running, we're going to have to see, were there any breaking changes? And we should probably go back and look, but I don't know if there's any. So let's just roll the dice and run this and see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I like to do, is I just like to see what the breaking changes are by visually running the app.
Now, sometimes you're going to have things that are deprecated. And so you may get some warnings and things like that. If we are moving like hey, from doing it one way, doing it another way, we really try to make those changes not breaking. And so we don't just ruin your app.
So I usually like to open the inspect tab so I can see the console because we'll kind of get things here. This is okay. This is just a view router warning because I probably didn't delete something for widget. And then if we come over to the questions page, we're gonna hope this still works correctly. So this looks good. It looks like all our stuff is still kind of working. Shoot, what's this one? Is it Ottawa? Yeah, okay.
Oh, no one knows.
I wanted to get it right because I wanted to make sure the right one works. So now if we come into here and we go into our editor, we're hoping that this still works. I don't remember if I kept autosave. I think it is on. And then
We got to say maybe. I forget.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, it is on. Okay.
Okay, save them. There you go.
So this is all still working, it seems. So that's good. So it looks like we didn't have any.
Good. But you can easily go back and just look through the changes, the change log, and see if things are going to be okay. So we really strive for as much compatibility as possible so that you shouldn't really have to worry as you upgrade. It's only because we went from a 4 to a 5. That's why we were a little bit concerned. But effectively, that's your upgrade path. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. You just go in, you grab whatever the versions are off the GitHub page. You go in, you update the 2 spots inside of your package JSON, and then you go in and you put it in your solution up there in your solution files. Go ahead and update them right there. And I think that's it.
Yep, that's it. Thank you guys.
Well, great. Hey, keep building awesome websites with Coalesce.